You're welcome to Christian Faith Ministries here at Ruan Alheri in Du, just outside of Jos South local government area. We thank God for this year, 2021, and we thank God for His presence, His mercy and His grace, His blessing and victory throughout this year. We don't know all the things that will happen this year, but we do know that the Lord is with us and He is faithful to us, He is gracious to us. And we know that God is building a new temple in the world. And this temple is His people, His body. He builds His temple in our hearts. And He builds a new community of people through grace and forgiveness. We forgive one another like we see in the cross of Christ. And we serve one another like Christ served us in His death and resurrection. And so God is building a new temple in the world to bless and to restore the world. And He will be faithful to you this year and to us as His people and His church this year. This morning I briefly want to talk about the flag of Nigeria, because we have just set up 2 new flag poles at Ruan Alheri. We want you to come around and have a look at our site. We have children's school here, Bible college, health clinic, vocational studies, computer centers, farming services here. We have lots of things here and want you to come around and have a look and to be a part of it with us. But today we've put up 2 new flag poles central on the site, and one of them is for the Nigerian flag. We're looking for the biggest flag we can get. In fact, we can't get the bigger one that we need, so we're making it in our vocational center, in our place where we teach people how to make clothes. We really want to join with everyone who is rebuilding this nation. We appreciate what the president has been doing, and it's difficult to encourage farming in this country, encourage local industry, tailoring. We have all of these clothes coming in from all over the world, clothing, and people within Nigeria need to be able to have this industry, to be able to make the clothing, to be able to train in dressmaking, tailoring, fashion design. And we used to, a few years ago, have remarkable textile industry in Nigeria, where you could buy cloths in Kano, and I don't remember all the places, I think Kaduna, maybe other places. Massive cloth industries, among the best in the world. And these things have gone, and they need to come back to this country, not in the hands of monopolists, big business enterprises, but local people, smaller industries, smaller businesses, so that everybody is able to build life for themselves, and we have local community is rebuilt, local economies. We live in a world today that's been overrun by global monopolies, and they're devastating local regions, local communities. And this is what has contributed to our lack of peace, because people are suffering and people don't have what they need. There's insecurity about what we will eat this year, how we will pay our children's school fees. These things need to be turned around, and we need to redevelop local hope, local opportunity, to displace bitterness and anger. We have a wonderful youth in this country, and we need opportunities for these youth. So we love the Nigerian flag, and we look at it, we know that it's green and white in the center, and then green again. And the green speaks of agriculture, the white speaks of peace, and we could say peace and unity, as the Nigerian National Anthem tells us. National Anthem is important. The words in it are important. They're good words, and we need to sing them with heart to work together to rebuild our nation. And agriculture has been let go. It's one of those things that has been let slide in recent decades, and the International Monetary Fund and global finance has made loans to this country to use those loans. One of the things to use those loans for is to import cash crops from global countries. I know some of them come from countries, well, I don't know if Australia has been importing into Nigeria, but Australia has been making large quantities of cash crops to export around the world to other countries. And this is not good for countries like Nigeria. We have a strong agricultural base, opportunity, potential in this country, and it needs to be built so that, again, local rural communities can prosper, families can prosper, and farmers can prosper, and rather than have the globalist prosper at our expense. And so at CFM, one of the things we're looking to do is to reach out and to build agriculture. I've sat in churches for many years, and I've heard even us from as we preach, to demean farming, to tell people that you have better prospects, you can move to the city and get better opportunities in education, and we've demeaned farmers and said, well, they're not educated, they don't have anything to say, and this is not good for our country. If you look into the history of civilizations going way back, you will find that what stabilized these civilizations was their agricultural sector. It is critical and it is crucial to the future of our nation. And so we need to, as a church or whoever we are listening to this, we need to rebuild the sense of importance of agriculture, of the village, of the rural areas. We need to lift these things up and encourage these things. And we need better agricultural techniques as well. We've had international globalist companies like Monsanto encourage the use of chemical fertilizers and insecticides. And these things have damaged our soils seriously. They have made our soils finally become infertile in many places, and therefore we've had to clear bushes to start again on new soils. And this is not good for our environment. It's not good for our livelihoods. It's impoverished our farming community. And we've pushed cattle away. We've pushed animals off our farms, and we've relied on a monoculture, we call it. I mean, just the chemicals. Mono meaning a single aspect in our environmental treatment. The Bible speaks about Sabbath, restoring the soils. It talks about biodiversity, the sense that soils become fertile as we build biodiversity into them, which means animals. It means a whole range of crops, even shrubberies, bushes around our farms that have been destroyed need to be replanted, foresters, trees. All these things bring fungi and mushrooms, all these life back into our soils again, and enrich our farming prospects and our harvest and our outputs. So at CFM we talk about rebuilding relationships between crop farmers and Fulani, so that there is a cattle and soils and crop farming are all working together. We have cows on our site here sleeping every night for months, and wonderfully enriching our soils. This is wealth. The urine and the manure is wealth. So we're having a conference by God's grace here, an agricultural conference in March of 2021, and we're inviting people, farmers to come, cattle herders to come, academics in agriculture to come, local leaders to come, rural leaders, elders of the community, political representatives to come, pastors, missionaries, imams. We want everyone to come so that we can learn together how to rebuild our relationships, how to rebuild our agricultural fertility and our wealth and our economy, our families, our communities, to bless our communities at a local, regional and rural level. And we believe this is the future, or one of the aspects to a good future. We need to leave our children good soils, fertile soils, and good relationships. We call them fertile relationships between our different ethnic groups in our communities, so that we can build a future together where we can prosper, be able to afford our children's school fees, send them all to school, and our children will be blessed with economic viability, with peace, with relationships, with education, with farming fertility. All of these things are good. We need to work together and build on these things. We need to stop the destruction, stop speaking down onto other people, and begin to reach out instead to love, to help, to restore, to serve one another, to rebuild the future of this country. It can be done, and we can take the lead. We can be the ones that take the lead to reach out, to forgive, to love, and to rebuild. So we want to see you at this conference. We want the Nigeria that the flag shows us, green, white, and green. The peace in this country depends on our agricultural fertility. God bless you, and we look forward to speaking with you again, and for you coming to visit us and dropping comments on this video so we can hear from you. Thank you.